Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth here. So I hope everyone is doing well. I've been offline for a little bit just to get rid of some of the negativity in the world, but I wanted to share some thoughts in this quick video about don't get caught up in the ego book, the ego book being Facebook. Everybody has been talking, there's so much happening right now in America, but on the planet, COVID-19 and masks and businesses closing and looting and fires starting because of anarchism. Now we have natural disaster fires, which is like raging and ripping through the West Coast. And so there are so many thoughts that have been boiling in my head about this. And there's just so much going on online that you can just be bombarded by negativity all the time. I'm not saying for people to just completely disregard social media, but you have to learn how to shelter and channel your energy so you're not getting caught up, or if you're a highly empathetic person, you're not letting you're not being a sponge and absorbing all of that negativity, whether it's negativity or just the fighting in general. I've talked about this in other videos that I posted 1 or 2 years ago. One being extremism is very dangerous. Ideologies kill. I'm going to be doing so many different videos that are very out of the box, and I've been holding back on them because they are not logical. They come from the very woo-woo spiritual end, and I'm just surrounded by highly logical people, and I am very logical myself, and so it's just like that fear, quote unquote, of revealing this type of information. But the one thing I want to talk about is all of the hate and the negativity that's being spread on social media, especially politically. It's like, once again, we're seeing another chaotic year like we did in 2016. Things seem to have been pretty calm in 2017, 18, and basically 19. And now it's another year of freaking chaos. And so when people are so attached to their ideology, whether they're extremely conservative or extremely progressive, in this age of Aquarius, the Aquarian energy is very strong in opinions. Aquarians, I'm an Aquarius, very strong in the opinions, and it's a very fixed energy. I used to be so fixed that what I call it is visors closed. It was like and it's kind of narcissistic because you're like, I'm the right way. This is the right thing. Everyone else is stupid. And then you kind of come to realize how horrible that frame of thought is, and that you have to open your mind like a Libra to be able to find the scales of balance. And this is where we're at, is that the energy is pushing in such far directions, and then you have everything else that's very hateful and gets politicized. Everything is politicized. I'm on Etsy seller Facebook group pages, and people are fighting in there just because they're promoting products that support one or both or the other political party, and it's just tearing us apart. And that, I believe, is the bigger plan. I believe that there is a group of people or a dark force that wants to separate us. My friend called it auto-genocide. With another video that I will talk about, if we continue to isolate ourselves and be so strong in our ideologies, it's going to lead to very dangerous times, and it will also lead us to not give and receive love to other people. We'll be sheltered off. This eventually leads to depression that can lead to things like suicide, lack of self-worth. It's a very low vibration thought. So many people right now have been blaming the president for everything, which he has definitely opened a can of worms in the way that he writes his tweets and things like that. But I don't think people want to take personal self-responsibility to realize how long they've been a jerk or a douchebag online. Back in 2012 and 13, during the Obama administration, I gotten so many fights with people on LinkedIn about whether or not this exercise science research study was true or not. And after fighting about, it was a plant-based research study that said by eating more plants and vegetarian, vegan food, healthy food, you can decrease X, Y, and Z, which were like, your blood pressure issues, heart disease. And we just got into fights with like paleo people that were saying all this is bullshit. And then, the people I was saying, well, going to fitness conferences, people have talked about how the ancients actually got their potassium and calcium through the berries, not through eating meat. So, anyways, I just realized I spent like 4 hours of arguing. Seriously, virtual reality is destroying us. We are in a growing pain right now of absorbing so many thoughts and opinions. And life wasn't like this even in the Bush era because we weren't highly exposed to all of this information and everybody having an opinion and a platform to have an opinion. Now it's even worse because we have a lot of suppression and censorship online, which is further breeding extremism. So don't get caught up with it. It takes a lot of work. I think you do go through a purging process. And eventually you come to realize how much this is destroying you. It's self-destructive, and it's not productive to something, whether you want to clean your house or you want to start a passion project. We consume and waste so much of our time battling our own egos and other people's egos and our own opinions that we are losing the happiness and kind of your own Zen state. So I don't really want to go too far along with this because I think this thought can be broken up into 4 or 5 other videos that are just separate topics in themselves. But I think this is part of the plan. It's part of that divide and conquer. And if you have a certain ideology or a certain way that you want to see the world, you're going to obviously agree with one side and not with the other. And this can lead to a lot of inner frustration. I mean, I see things online every day that I'm like, how the hell can people think like this? But you have to learn how to let it go. You cannot control other people. If you want to use your platform for awareness and things like that, a lot of people have these projections against things that we post, and you're free to do whatever you want. But I'm just saying, don't get caught up in the ego book, because it is part of your own path of self-destruction, and it's a destruction on a whole society. The media, social media, and virtual reality has destroyed us. When we've just gotten the news through the television or just through the newspaper, we weren't so highly accessible to so much information, to where I think now it's just like being a sponge and just being able to look at all of the negativity in the world. So you have to learn how to be aware. And the difficult part is because diplomacy and respect has kind of basically gone out the door, that people don't really talk about things anymore. They fight or they argue. So you have to learn how to have your own border, your own barrier, to realize when you start to go down the rabbit hole, this is part of the plan. It's to destroy yourself, destroy your happiness, make you sad and depressed, make you hateful. Eventually, this is going to snowball to where you hate the other side, or you hate people that don't have your same opinion. So we all have choices. You can reduce your usage. You can limit or monitor things that you see. I just think it's so insane today that people are losing friends over a face mask. And political thoughts. We are segregating ourselves, and this is all mainly because of social media. So these are some thoughts that I have. Don't get caught up in the Egobook, aka Facebook, which is a spy device, let's put it that way, on a lot of different things, and a test tube baby to kind of see how human psychology works on a major level. I've talked about this in other videos. Hope you guys are well. I haven't really been inspired to do videos, so I'm going to start to try to do them again, but I just wanted to kickstart my kind of 10 days off by saying don't get caught up in the ego book. That's exactly what people want you to do. People with low egos, or the force that's trying to destroy us. Have a great day. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. See you next time. Bye.